Hello, I am Jody Wolfe, and you're watching Expoz. And what time is it? 3:41 a.m. Birmingham on March 1, 2020. And just a little while ago, maybe 2 hours, when I get an urge to pray or get a thought about something that's pressing on me, then I'll stop whatever I'm doing and I'll pray a minute. And I was praying a moment ago, and it just hit me, and it made me feel good that when I was praying that I have God's complete undivided attention in the Lord. It's like both of them are sitting there just looking at and listening to everything that I say. And that overwhelms me sometimes. And when I'm talking to the Lord and I start praying and I just, well, like I'm doing now, I'm moving my head, but I'm moving my head because I'm happy, not because I'm sad. And I was praying and I was just telling him, I said, I'm just thank God, that you died on the cross for our sins. And I said, Lord, I just don't want to be left here. I want to go with you. And when you come, you got to call me, Lord, please, and I want to go home with you when you take the church up. Well, 2 or 3 times during that prayer, I thought of something. I shook my head no as I was praying something positive that I meant for good, and that I'm asking, Lord, forgive me. I am a sinner. And I was getting down with it. And sometimes, you just really start praying hard and I just, God, I think you understand. But that leads me to the blog that I'm about to do, or that I'm doing now. You have the police department, you have U.S. Marshal's Office, the Sheriff Department, you have the FBI and the CIA, State's Attorney. You've got all these law enforcement. Everyone has their people that when they interview, they can read a liar. And going to one specific that I remember, and it was the guy that killed his wife and his 2 children and put them in oil tanks in, I believe, Texas. Horrible. But when he was pleading for his wife's return, he was shaking. I love her so much, and he's shaking his head. He said, I just wanted to come home. I love my wife, honey. Please come back. I'm without you, and I can't do anything. I gotta have you. And he's shaking his head no, while he's saying, yes, please come. I want you to come home. Instead of, I want you to come home, it's kind of proof, in my opinion, because when I pray sincere. And everything I say, I mean. I wouldn't dare pray and shake my head no, say, I take it all back, Lord. I'm just doing this for the fun of it. So these people who have these profilers and they watch someone being interviewed and this person is pleading for his wife to return, they said, he's the one that killed her. He's guilty. Look at him. He's begging for her to come back. He loves her, but he's shaking his head no. Well, guys, just to let you know, shaking your head no doesn't mean crap. It's not an indicator that you're telling a lie. So I just want to mention that. And it's just one of many things that come up. There you go again. I'm shaking my head. That I get and that I kind of hear, and I feel like I need to pass them along sometime. Well, I'm passing this one along. Just because people shake their head no does not mean no. Absolutely, by a long shot, it does not mean no. And when my wife died, sadly, he's right here in this room about 9 feet over here. House has been changed up, but when she passed away, I had her in my arms, and, I fell apart. But I knew God had taken her. And I was just telling her how much I loved her, but the whole time I was shaking my head no. Like, why? Why is this happening, And so, again, shaking your head no does not in any way mean something else for you profilers. And if that was the case, then I'm lost. I'm not saved. If that is the case, I am not saved, but I am saved. When I shake my head no, or I'm not shaking no, that's the way it moves when I pray, okay? So these people who are being interviewed, the profilers said, we got him. He shook his head no. Doesn't mean anything, guys. Let that one go. Jody, Wolfe, Expoz.